Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, the interview. And today on the show is my good friend, Dave Jelley, aka I Have an Idea. And we're going to kick off with an, I think, unlisted track called Bubble Boy Crisis. Let's oh man, where's my mic? What's going on? Hello, there's my mic. You ready? Are we doing this? What? You ready? Is everybody ready? I'm not ready. Hello. Welcome to the show. My name's Jade. Do I have a thing? There it is. And this is the interview. And it's already been a fun trip already, and we haven't even started. You're doing good out there. That was my guest today, Dave Jelley, aka I Have an Idea, and I think that was unlisted, called Bubble Boy Crisis. So I can see him waiting to come in. Shall we just do it? Listen, this guy's awesome, right? Not only is he an incredible musician, songwriter, a multi-instrumentalist, recording engineer, funny as all hell, cute as they come, a total dickhead, and love him to absolute death. There's so many words I could say about Dave, but But in fact, just before we do it, if you look in the emoji section, folks, there's a couple of emojis in there. There's one for Ivan in there for Dave. And we've also got some Leslie Nielsen emojis in there as well too. So if you want to throw the Leslie Nielsen emojis into the chat, and because Dave loves Leslie Nielsen so much. Anyway, let's bring him on. I can see him sitting there waiting. Let's do it. So without further ado, it's Ivan Idea, Dave Jelley. Let's do it. Get the crowd going. Warm them up. Hey, hi, Dave.
What's up, baby? Oh yeah.
How you going?
It's going.
It's going. Yeah, man. Look, here he is. It's finally happening. Do you have to be a dickhead? All right.
Why, yes, I do.
Why, you're doing it very well. So, what brings you to the show, Dave?
I woke up and just was like, maybe I should join a meeting on Zoom.
Yeah.
With everybody watching. And just kind of went from there.
Right. Good stuff. We're here. So what do you want to do now you're here? You want to take off your clothes?
That's going to be later.
Later. All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Dave, I'm going to hit you straight up with the first hard-hitting question.
Ooh.
Who the hell is Supergay?
Sony that you concocted.
Me?
Actually, wait, no.
Hang on, me?
That's from a conversation that we were having with Brad, because he was describing somebody else. And yeah, that's the best one ever right there.
Well, can you explain what's happening in this photograph, this legit photograph that was not made with generative AI?
Yeah, AI turned me into John Hamm holding Brad with a cigarette.
That's a real photo. That's not AI, folks. It's not AI. All right, let's get serious. So, Dave, what does music mean to you?
My life existence.
That's it.
Pretty much.
But why?
Why I'm even put on this? Why?
Why? What makes it the thing that is your existence? Why do you get up every day and hunger it?
Because it's in my head playing crystal clear. I don't even need headphones. It's just always been, I could write a song in my fucking head when I'm laying down trying to go to sleep. It's like I'm editing. I'm like at the computer at home when I'm laying down, like mixing stuff, already fixing. I'm going to do the bass here, like all in my head. And then when I get to the studio, I'm like, I want to do it in like 2 seconds. So getting quick at trying to get your ideas onto the computer takes a while. But when you can get to the point where you do it so much, you can do it quickly. Because I'm sure when you have an idea, you go to the computer, you're like, shit, how'd that go? Oh yeah, fuck.
Well, the thing is, not everybody knows you like I know you and Brad and Russ and Leela and our little core group of friends. And I know you're like that. I know you live, breathe, think music. Like if you get onto an idea or something that we're talking about, you don't let that fucker go.
No, because then it repeats in my head over and over and over. So I'm like I should be going crazy, just like 5% every day.
It's fascinating because you. Yes, you're on camera. I know.
That's the other thing. Look, people, I just came from agoraphobia prior to even meeting you guys. So for me to be on camera, I'm like,
I will get to that. We'll get to that.
No, I know. It's okay.
No, you're doing well. You're doing well. That's a nice studio you have back there. Look at that studio, folks. Look at that. Look at that. Wouldn't you want to have that in your bloody house? It's beautiful. No. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful studio. I drool every time I see it.
Yeah. Yours is really nice too. It's
we do sit there,
super
don't we?
cozy.
Remember, what was it, a couple of weeks ago? We were sitting here and we were like talking about our studios and sending photos back and forth. We were wanking off about our studios.
We were literally like, we both of us took off the tape measure. To like,
we did.
Like we were talking about getting desks and stands and like busting out tape measures just to like see how, because my room is only just a smooch bigger than yours, and I was trying to figure out meters. So
yeah. It's interesting, you know, like I'm different than you, I think, because you have a really nice studio and you just walk in and you jam a lot and make a lot of stuff. I don't. I have a nice studio and a lot of the time it sits there laying to waste, but that you know, that's up to me to change. Let's get into some of the music. Oh, this is going to be a great question. I can't wait for this question. I love asking this question. This one's going to be extra better. The music you recall being played growing up in your household. What music does your parents play, Dave?
Yeah.
And who are some of those wonderful artists that your parents play that you love? Oh, look at that. He's got fucking props.
An original first, I think it's an original first pressing.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah, it still looks all right. I don't know if my brother ruined the record trying to play it backwards, but my brother figured out how to use the record player when my parents would leave on vacation, and my brother popped that in and just cranked it. I was probably like 11 or 12 and was like, it's a mono version too, so the drums are on the left speaker. It sounds really weird, but just hearing that when you're really young, when your brother figures out all the 5 ways to round stuff. Oh, so that record right there is why I'm even here talking to you right now.
Shit, I didn't know that. I didn't know that the Beatles played such a big part in your musical journey. What is it about the Beatles? I mean, you know, everybody kind of loves the Beatles. So why do they get you hard?
The melody, the melodic nature of it all. That's what really.
Go for it. Go for it.
Well, that's what's just because my parents bought me a guitar when I was 8, so I always had a real guitar, like a Strat copy, like Hondo, for a surprise for my 8th birthday. So hearing that record just like at such a young age turned up to volume 10 was was like, whoa, I'm gonna go back upstairs to my guitar and try and play some more shit. That's cool.
Chris Lane Sr. says, a public thank you to Dave for his work on the charity album. He took my track, which was mastered well, thank you, and still massively improved on it. The whole album is consistent and balanced. What do you say to that?
Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much, because that's what I love to do. I took like 3 weeks going through every friggin' song, making like EQ in each one, just kind of bringing it up, spacing it out. Some songs had more sibilance, some needed more low end, you know, just kind of really going through everything, because I have a little bit of OCD, but in a good way. So I use it to my advantage in the music world. Yeah, no, just
a smooch.
Maybe like this much. Maybe.
Well, it's interesting, you know. We get to see behind the scenes of of both charity albums, you know. However many there are, 5 altogether. But yeah, like, you guys don't understand this. This guy, he gets so engrossed in it, and it's so important, and it's hard to explain just how much, like, from me knowing Dave, just how much he loves music and gets excited about it. And I'm not just talking about, like, you know, just songs and stuff like that, about the minutiae, about the tiniest little things, about a cable, about, you know, and I think we all have different conversations with Dave that we've had over the time. Like, like you said the other day, we both had tape measures out on Clubhouse, measuring things.
our rooms and talking about, oh, I'm gonna get this.
I'm gonna
Wait,
get this
wait,
thing. Yeah.
is there enough space? Wait, how big's my room? Wait, what is that in meters? You're like, yeah, it's this. And I'm like, oh shit. So my room's only just a little smooch bigger than yours.
Yeah. So the Beatles, was there anyone else who's because your style of music is very broad. Any other artists growing up?
Yeah, yeah. Before my brother did that with the record player, it was MTV. And it was George Harrison's video, I Got My Mind Set on You.
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
Winwood, Back in the High Life, In Excess, I Need You Tonight, and The Police, which is funny because like the Police guitar, I was like, that guitar, what's the name of that song? What's that? Well, that Police song, I just wanted to play that guitar and the In Excess like funk reggae. That, that just, it's funny. It makes me laugh because hearing that now, it's like, wow, I already had, that's what I heard that. It just caught me so to the point where I was like, I'm going to fucking play that kind of guitar. And I will figure that out already hearing it probably around, 9, 10. So being glued to this, TV, just watching and listening to music videos. And then funny, figuring out how to record with my dad's VCR, the videos in real time. So I even had, I still have a fucking VCR of all of those recorded so I could sit there and keep rewatching it. Like Steve Winwood, Back in the High Life, The Police, I can't think of the name of that song. And, just the In Excess, that dun, 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 like I already wanted to play that when I was like 9. And that's the kind of stuff I ended up playing later once I, was noodling with that cheap Strat, not plugged into anything, to buying an acoustic when I was 15, 16, and then started just making up my own stuff in the kitchen. And I showed my best friend Mark, which those are his drums, and we started to do a little something. And I brought an amp over, an acoustic. He put his drums in his mom's shed when we were like 16, and it's been like that since day one.
Yeah,
like literally since day one.
Do you remember the first album that you ever purchased, Dave, and one that was given to you possibly by your parents?
Okay, so the one given to me was Michael Jackson's. Was it the ABC CD?
Oh wow,
the ABC.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Yeah, that was given to me by my parents. And then my first CD that I actually bought was Stone Temple Pilots Core.
Hey, good choice.
Because my brother showed me that. So after he showed me in his room, I still have it. I still can have it. That Sony CD player Walkman, and it still works too.
Do you hold on to gear too long?
No.
Well done. That's a strength. I can't bear to sell anything. That's not a good thing.
I mean, it just I'll go from like, it's like playing checkers and chess with musical gear. After accumulating a bunch of stuff and you want something new, you just pick a couple things you don't really use, and then you just go trade it in or sell it for that other thing that you really want, and then you use that for a bit, and then you sell that. It's like constantly just like moving chess pieces around and trying to figure out what you want to keep and what you're gonna sacrifice.
So you said you got a guitar at, was it 9?
What's that?
When did you get your first guitar?
So my parents, well, my mom was gonna, for my 8th birthday, they were gonna surprise me with a guitar, and my mom was gonna buy like the ones that have like like It's not like a real guitar. And I guess my dad was like, no, Martha, we're gonna buy him a fucking real guitar. So they were gonna surprise me. And what happened was the bus dropped me off just a little early, and I saw my dad pulling a guitar out of the trunk. And as soon as I saw that, I almost skipped down the friggin' bus stairs because I was running to the house going, ah! Because a Hondo cheap Strat guitar back then was $150. So at the local music store, and my mom was all proud. We talked him down $25. I'm like, okay.
And my first guitar was it was called an Onyx. That was my first guitar.
Onyx.
Yeah. Real.
I think you told me that.
Yeah, really good quality stuff.
I can't help but thinking of the rappers like on the headstock.
It was horrible.
Slam.
Hey, you know what? It's a guitar. That's it. At the end of the day, it was a guitar. It was only a little 3/4 inch, hard body Onyx piece of shit. It was red too, so like obviously it was gonna.
So was mine. It was red with a white pickguard. It like a Strat copy. But that's funny. Onyx. I think you told me that.
I think I did.
That's funny.
Yeah, they're not very good guitars. I think someone's selling one on Facebook I saw the other day.
Well, especially when you're that age too.
I found it. This is the exact guitar I had.
Oh shit.
That's it, man. That's my first guitar right there.
Oh wow.
What a piece of shit. Look at it. Look how bad it is.
Actually, you know what? That's a good spot for the pickup though.
Yeah, that's a real good spot for the look at that pickup. Whoever put that pickup in this cross.
Billy Joe Armstrong. Yeah, no, that actually does something to how the guitar is actually picking up.
Yeah.
Look, wow, nice.
Well, there you go. So did you like when you get your first guitar, Dave? Did you want to have? Did you have guitar lessons, or did you run around and just learn yourself? How's that?
I just learned playing, just noodling it in my room. Don't even know if it was tuned right. Just was messing around with the finger placement and learning from the eventually my dad bought me the Cloud 9 George Harrison album just because of that one song. I got my mind set on you. And I would just stare at that cover of George Harrison smiling, going, wait, how is he holding it? Wait, what? Okay.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, like it's the most crystal clear. I used to stare at that CD and be like, okay, I want to be that smiley holding a guitar.
So that's how you learned to play?
No joke, just straight up in my room noodling.
I thought it was just staring at a photo of George Harrison, and then I could play guitar.
Like no lessons, no nothing. I still don't even. I'm just finally fucking right now. I'm just finally learning tab, and like actually like, oh, okay. So I put my hands. Oh wow, shit. Okay, that's what it looks like. Because I know I play really obscure like Steely Dan chords, but I mean, since I don't know any theory, I've never been to school or anything like that. So I feel like that would mess me up, but it's at least good to read tab because then I can kind of be like, oh, well, that's what my song looks like. Or if I want to play something, I can actually, but I'm just starting to do that now, which is, I'm a little late for that, but that's okay.
You're never too late.
Better late than never.
Yeah, never too late. Let's play a song. Let's play a song. I'm going to play another track, and then we'll say hello to the good folk who are here with us today. I need to change this so you can hear the music. This is a track called Gonzo. I don't know. I don't think this is is this unlisted too?
Yeah.
Oh, then I won't play this yet. We'll play something else. How many unlisteds did you send me? Holy shit, you sent me a bunch. This one's unlisted too. Oh. All right, we'll play.
They all are, except for the last one.
We'll play this one, Chillin' Out, because it's got this sexy photo of you. All right, so are you ready, folks? This is Chillin' Out by Dave Jelley. I have an idea, and with the sexy photo, let's do it. Boom. Yeah. So what was that called? Chilling Out was what that was called. So it is unlisted. Are you gonna list these songs after today's show so people can hear them?
To be honest, no. To be honest, those songs are for Ron.
Oh, really?
Ron from Wolfstone Studio. Yeah.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. Let's do some hellos. And welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. We normally do the hellos about 30 minutes in, 20 minutes, 5 minutes in, whatever. Ali's here. If you want me to call your name out, just type something and I'll scream it out. Jenny Jelley, Driven to Right. Sean Chandler, hello. Hugh Caldwell says, beautiful tone. Robbie Stingle's got all the beavers. Jamie Lynn's in the house. We've got Doug Kidder, Dan Eckberg, Thomas Christ. Who else do I see? Chris Lane Sr., of course. Chris Lane Sr. He gets a song for his name. Who else? Tremor Bear, Gary Hubbs, Brad Example. I'm just Cold Acre. What's going on? I saw Cold Acre ask, can you give me a detailed setup on how to mic drums? I think that's a private thing.
Sure. I got you.
Who else? Dell. There's lots of people I've probably missed. Let me scroll back down to the bottom. If I've missed you, I'll try and catch you at the bottom. So just give me something to... Denise, hello, Denise. Jenny Jelley, Leela, Kim Hudson, boom. She's got the Leslie Nielsen things. Russ is here as well. Justine Castrick, hello. Hello. Wolfstone Studio, boom. Oi. All right. If I've missed you, I'm a cunt. It is what it is. I'll double back around a bit later on. Let's get to this. So here's my question. I ask everybody this. When you we'll talk about school, did you practice or learn any guitar at school or anything like that? And did you wrap your lips around a big, long recorder and learn the recorder, Dave? Did you ever put a big, long recorder in your mouth?
No recorder yet, but that's later. No flute, nothing. Nada. No music class.
None at school. Yeah. None at school. Nothing like that.
No. I barely was even in school because I was suspended so many times.
What?
I was. What
did you do?
Really bad, and get the cops called on me for throwing shit at the. Straight at the principal,
what?
I would throw books at him and slam the door. I was real bad. Yeah. I'm not like that now.
What's the worst thing you did at school? God, he has to think about it. What the fuck is happening? He's got.
No, I'm trying to because I don't want to say certain words. Let's just say I threatened my teacher, threw an eraser at her, a book, a pair of scissors, and then they called the cops. Yeah, I threatened her with bad things. Yeah, I know. Wow. I think I was possessed by some gay demon back in even high school. It was I'd get so mad I would black out.
Wow. Do you still get mad now?
Not like that, no. Because they tried putting me on tons of medication, Depakote, lithium, so that made me even more whack. But on the days that my friends would pick me up and drive to school, on those days, we would smoke. And I'd be stoned, and I'd get into school and be like, hi, how's it going? Even by third period, maybe I should fucking smoke weed before school. Because I'm almost afraid to do anything, it's weird. Real anger management problems, sure.
I feel you on that. I, for the longest time, had anger management issues. And, when I think we've talked about this, when I came out as trans and all that shit, they wanted to put me to see a psychiatrist and all that, you got to do all that shit by the book. And I end up never even talking about any of that shit because the real problem was that I was an angry motherfucker who just wanted to bash everybody's head in.
Yeah, I had like a reasoning problem. Like somebody would just say something, and I'd just be like, ah!
Right.
Like it's like almost snap. But I think you grow out of that, because I'm pretty well tamed.
You don't seem like that now.
No, I'm like two different people now.
Yeah.
I'm like an egg that cracked open with an alien and shot out. Like I'm way different now.
So school wasn't a thing, but did you? So you start playing guitar. Did you want to get into a band? And how quickly was it before you were jamming with people?
My best friends at the time. That's where I was playing my acoustic. I brought it over to his house, and I was playing something I wrote just in his living room, and he came running over and was like, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "Oh, dude, we should." So he brought his drums in the shed in the backyard, and I brought myself over, and it's been Mark, my best friend, ever since. Like, we have been playing so much music together since day one that I shouldn't be surprised when we just jam improv. And it's like just a different form of speaking. Like how I'm speaking to you right now is like kind of improv in a sense. When we jam, even if it's just me and him, like bass, like drums or just guitar, we don't even have to fucking talk. We could just sit there and play music with changes and transitions and even end it nice for like a whole 20 minutes. Just jam music into the future without even. So that I think that also too. It depends who you play music with too. If you have like chemistry and all that.
And you still play regularly with the same people, yeah, in that studio, like, and because we get to see you like fuck off and say, "Oh, I'm going to go jam," and what a great thing, like when you find people that you mix with and just gel with musically, and you're still playing with them all this time. It's
yes. I actually knew Adam, who's the guitar player, and I play bass because I'm always guitar. I knew Adam before Mark and Jay. Like Mark, I knew him before, but it was right on the same time I started kind of hanging out with everybody. Like, but yeah, I actually knew Adam first. And when you say jam in a band, I just started a band just a couple years ago, again by accident.
So did you guys, like, once you started jamming together, how long was it before, like, did you start playing gigs or anything like that? Or under a name? Did you have a band name? I know you've been in bands, but what was the first band name that you've ever had?
Technically just the Jelly Fun from day one, yeah. The Jelly Fun, almost like the same picture as the Jimmy Fun, but just yeah.
Right.
Which it's because jamming when we were 15 and 16 in Mark's mom's shed, then we went to Jay's mom's basement, and she was even like, after about 8 months, you guys started to sound good, but at first she was like, wow, you guys are shit. She would sit up, she would like let us jam to the top of our lungs in the basement while she would be upstairs like sipping on brandy and smoking a cigarette. And she even said, look, if you guys are going to party and do that, you might as well just do that here. But she was like really cool with them, with the whole, like, doing, the music and being loud, and, because drums are just loud. There's just no way around it. So,
yeah. So, I want to ask you, so you what changes? Because like when we first met you, the thing that was, hang on, let me backtrack. My brain's going a million miles an hour. This is what happens when I'm hanging out with you. So not only guitar, because as I said in the beginning, multi-instrumentalist, amazing vocalist. You can jump on a drum kit and smash out drums. how do you pick up all these other instruments? Like, and what inspires you just to do it? Is obviously you say no lessons, but what goes into all of that?
Honestly, I have fucking no idea. I just started noodling on guitar, went from guitar to actually playing songs and writing parts to being in a band with my friends around like maybe 19. We had a jam room first. We got a jam room when we were 18 at Mount Vernon, and made it real like super nice even for since day one. And then our best friend Bob, who's a guitar player, which I have no business playing guitar in a band with, and he went to bass just because he wanted to play the stuff that me and Mark were writing and jam just like local H style, like just drums and guitar, like because there was a big jam room with like 30 rooms and everybody had rooms, like even way back in the day, being 18 and 19. Bob was probably 16 and 17. Like they were already almost accomplished at 16 and 17. It was pretty crazy. I'm trying to think of the name of their band. It's kind of awful.
It's so interesting, Dave, because when I lived in America, right, I was blown away by this. Here in Australia, we have rehearsal studios, for bands to go. And I spent heaps of time in rehearsal studios, but they're pretty much like this. You go there, you pay your money, you walk in and you jam in that room, and then you take all your stuff and you fucking leave. In America, I was blown away by how many bands actually have permanent spaces with all their gear just permanently in there. That's not, I don't know if it's like that now here in Australia. I doubt it. But more bands seem to just not have their own room, and they don't seem to do it that way. But yeah, when I was there, the friends I lived with, they had a room like what you have, and it looked like a fucking whole studio, and they just leased it out. And so did that get you into recording? Because like you're an amazing musician, but like I look at you and just go, fuck, if I need any advice for recording, what was it that got you into the ins and outs of recording? Because you're very good at it.
Well, because we would jam like songs just at the jam room even back then, and I just was like, even back then, having the wherewithal of like, well, I want to hear what that sounds back, because we'd keep jamming songs and then we try to go back and play them and we'd be like, oh, we can't even find that now. So I was like, all right, well, look, I'll get something so we can, even if we're jamming improv, let's just get that down so we can, hear it back, and then even so we can try and find it at least. So that's kind of where that happened, to try and really capture even improv jamming and wanting to hear that back. And then after getting like a Boss BR 1600 8-track recorder thing, it was all like an all-in-one unit. Getting used to that was almost like getting like like a permit for like like a driver's license. Just got used to mic and everything and getting sounds and checking levels, and had that for quite a few years. And then I think it was the jump to getting a computer when I was like 23, which I was scared of. Yeah, I was scared of a computer. I was so set with that. It's the Boss BR 1600, which is it's that one. It's the eight channel one, which is actually pretty good.
3R16.
Yeah, BR 1600. Yeah, that back then at Guitar Center was $12.50. I even remember exact like prices.
Is that the mono block? No.
It's great. I
can't find it.
Yeah, Boss.
Yeah, here
BR.
Is this it here? This is it here. Is that it?
No.
No. Why can't I find it? Did you say it BR? I'm trying to
Boss.
Yeah.
Boss BR.
Yeah.
Dash 1600.
BR dash 1600.
Like recorder.
Oh, yeah, digital recorder. There it is, I think.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on, internet. Come on, boss. Info website. Load. The BR1600 CD. Oh, man, it's not even loading. Let's try sound on sound. There we go. Is that it?
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Yeah.
Dude, I've got one of those as well. I've got one of those in my... It's not mine. You know when you live with people and you move out?
Yeah.
And somehow you lose stuff when you move out with living with people, but then you look through your shit and you find, hey, I lost a bunch of shit, but what's this thing? I ended up with this. I've got one of these. It's just sitting there. It's in a box. Wow.
Yeah, there's a 4-channel one and that's an 8-channel one.
Yeah. There we go. So
funny enough too is the guy Kevin Parker from Tame Impala still uses the 4-channel one, which makes me laugh. I saw that in a couple of his videos and was like, he's fucking using that? Are you kidding me? That's what I used to use like 20 years ago. What? That's so funny.
yeah, that's what I have. I have the 4-channel one. That's what I have. It's I've got to dig it out. Now I'm going to have to dig it out after this show so I can show you afterwards. So when we first met you, you came here over to YouTube. I think I've met you here and on my channel and stuff. And then we got talking about you joined Clubhouse and started hanging out with me and Russ and Brad and stuff. And then we started talking about recording and music and sharing all our stories. And it was so much fun getting to know each other. But you actually legit used to record a lot of artists, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell us about that time in your life, setting up a studio and recording, and how you got into it and how you got out of it.
Yeah, getting out of it was like squeeze and it was like giving birth to like the air. It was like, oh man, squeezing out of a. Oh.
So yeah, did you put together your own studio like you have now, and how did that happen? And then tell us some of the artists you used to record and some of that stuff.
Yeah. So after getting used to the computer when I was 23,
yeah,
and really getting like a hang of it, and getting, just a couple, cheap, like interfaces. I'll just try and squeeze it in. Later on, being at the bar, one of our friends was the head of the shipping department for Digidesign, Avid Audio.
Yes.
So he was like, "Oh, I can get you guys stuff at like ridiculously cheap prices. Like Pro Tools 9 back then was like $800. He gave it to us for $80, like the actual CD.
Oh shit!
And then having a conversation with him, like, well, how much does it even cost to make? And he's like, I've already thought about that too. What does it cost? Like $20 to put on CD, and then you just mark it up to $800. But and then getting very good equipment while I just got used to the computer, going from the Boss BR1600. So like I even know how to shut off the computer. I tried hard, like resetting it, or like the power button. And Jay was like, no, that's not how you shut it off. You go up here, like he's like showing me. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, it was just getting used to it that way. And then acquiring equipment that we shouldn't really be owning, like no civilian really had that kind of equipment. I don't want to say like civilian, but no, civilian. Like no, like not like any, like no major studio or like even a really, really good studio. We were like punk kids with like fucking wicked nice shit, and like a whole lot of it, and we just destroyed shit from there. And then it just kind of, but that was still, again, for music, that means my friend Jay would only record for ourselves to have fun, because we enjoyed recording and trying getting shit sounding just as good as we can hear it from the radio. Yeah. It's like an OCD, like passionate, well, we're going to do another song and try and really sound like them. Even getting used to the mastering too, way back then. Like Jay would mix it and I would master it, and we just would like always do that one song on a CD. So after getting used to that, people started, talking, you know, like word of mouth, and like, whoa, dude, what studio did you guys go to? Like, oh no, we just do that, you know, on our own at our studio. So people were like, well, how much you charge? And after getting that so long, me and Jay had to like, we had to like fucking sit down and be like, okay, so we can actually make money doing this. How much should we charge? We're looking on Craigslist for home studios, how much they charge. The first one was like 15 an hour. Some kid was like, yeah, $300 for the day. So we're like, all right, should we do by the hour? We did by the day to start, you know. And then once we got comfy with that, we were 15 an hour. A couple years go by, 20, and then we were just 25 flat, which is super cheap. Because even one of my friends who owns a big studio, I would say
Oh, he's turned into a robot. Yep. He'll be back. He'll be back. His internet's not the best.
that way.
Hey, he's back.
He's 50 or 60. You know, he's because of the nice.
Hey, we're back.
Yeah, well, after just yeah. That is unfortunate, but it's okay because I'm doing some weird stuff to even have the internet. So that's a bonus.
Absolutely. I want to ask this because, you know, a lot of people don't go to studios anymore, right? And we don't go to engineers, and we don't have that feedback from somebody, from a third party who's listening to our stuff and feeding back to us some ideas. And I think that's missing in a lot of people's music, right? What's one, because, you know, you get, when you're recording people, not everybody's amazing. And sometimes you got to do a little bit of extra to make them sound a little bit better. Was this a common thing? And how do you go about guiding somebody through, this isn't so good, without hurting their fragile feelings, Dave? Were you good at that? And how do you deal with that kind of stuff?
Becoming good at that's like a bizarre art form because I'm a very awkward person.
Yes.
Beyond belief. So listening to my friends after getting, you know, booked every day to record, and people flying to the fucking studio from like North Carolina and other, Mark would just be like, I can't believe you're doing this. Like, what do you guys like? What do you even like talk? Like, how do you even talk to them? Like, what the hell are you saying? Because you can barely even make sense when we're just hanging out. Like, how are you getting all these people to come to the studio and shit? And fucking, I would just tell people in the nicest way, like, look, do some more takes. Maybe you could do a little more, you know, get used to it. Because when people are in a studio, they tend to rush. It's really exciting. I would just be like, look, let's bring it down. Let's all don't worry about the time. You know, because I would always, for an extra hour, 2 hours, even 3 hours, I would refix people's stuff, really go through it, master it, make sure it sounds good in the car. I would go in their car with them and be like, all right, look, let me just change one more thing, like just, you know, giving that extra. Whereas, you know, some studios, if you book like 6 o'clock to 10, you know, and it's the engineer is not too friendly, and he's looking at you like around 10 going, are you done?
Yeah, that's
so yeah, and that's going through that, doing that at a studio before I should back up a little bit. I was in the studio with Jay, Mark, when we were 19, and we did 12 songs in one day live. Nice chill studio. It was Mark's sister's boyfriend who had a really nice studio, and we did 12 songs, and he couldn't handle that. He was like, who wrote these songs? And Mark was just like, Dave. And then Jay did a couple solos, and he was like, Jay, how'd you learn how to solo like that? He sounded like a little, he sounded like Santana mixed with Eddie Van Halen, even when he was like 20. So he was like, wow, you guys should, have a studio for yourselves and all this. He's like 12 songs. Like he thought we were just going to do a song or two. And we were like all business in there, like set up live and did 12 fucking whole songs. I only have the 4-song CD of it. I lost the 12 songs, but that's okay. But yeah, that's how that really started.
It's interesting. You said about bands coming in and being super excited and be like, yeah, we're in a recording. And I went through all that stuff when I was younger too, getting in there. And you burn out super quick because of the excitement. Because if you've got like 5 days in the studio, those first 2 days, if you're too crazy, by the 4th day, you're all burnt out. And, you need to have an engineer who tells you, whoa, relax. Take that 6-pack and put it back in the car.
Well, when they were burnt out, that's when I would like really fix stuff and add transitions, maybe glitch their voice and add cool stuff and really do some like, just to spice it up. And they'd be like, oh yeah. And then like maybe pause the beat, like, bam, transition, like, just cool stuff like that. So everybody was just, so excited to record and they wanted to record with me. And I was like, all right, dude, like, so.
Which is what a producer
thing.
should do. These days, everybody's a fucking producer just because they like to say the word, I'm a producer. And you can produce, you can produce stuff. And you can actually produce stuff and actually get in there and be a part. It's like the thing with Metallica, man. Remember when they went to Bob Rock and they released their album and everyone's like, oh man, this Black Album's going to be so shit because Bob Rock's involved. And it was a big change. It was a massive change. And you could tell he had influence on their music. Was it a winner? Did every Metallica fan like it? No. But did it make them a fuckload of money? Yes. So to Metallica, that's the most important thing. What happened with this studio? So you ended up stop doing this, didn't you? How did that chapter end?
After pretty much from 23 to 35?
Yeah.
I was 20, probably 23 to 35.
Yep. So you just, how did you get out of the game? Because you got rid of the studio, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll say it like this. I encountered a situation because I was with somebody that was so brutal that maybe 3 years after that, I became like agoraphobic because of this situation. From 2018 to 2020, I didn't even leave the house. I didn't even go in the driveway. So just a little bit before COVID happened, I was just starting to come out, and say hi, go food shopping. I even had a hard time going food shopping, I just couldn't be around people. It was bizarre. And then COVID happened. I was like, yes, I can, because everybody, Mark was like, dude, you're turning into Sid Barrett. I'm like, no, I'm not. Because everything you see in this fucking studio was in my bedroom at home.
Yeah.
And I can't believe I managed to fit everything in there. And he came in and was like, whoa, shit, this is wicked nice. He's like, dude, are you all right? What are you, fucking Sid Barrett? I'm like, no. So that was cool. So once COVID happened,
so you shut
down.
You shut down the studio. You moved all your stuff back home. COVID hits, and well, let's play a song, and we'll come back. We'll delve. Yeah,
yeah.
We'll hang on that. I'm going to play this song, Gonzo. So remember, folks, most of these songs I'm playing today haven't been released. So we're hearing them for the first time, including me. So I don't know when they're going to end. So this one's called Gonzo. Look at the picture. Do you want to tell us about this song, Dave, before I play it?
Sure. Actually, check it out. This was a song a theme song I wrote to myself because I changed schools in third grade. And when I went to a new school in third grade and was overly dressed in a suit and tie, and I mean, clear as day, Mrs. Vino's class, third grade math class. Hello, everybody. We have a new student today, David Matthew Jelley. And I was the fucking laughing stock of the school till sixth grade. And this song, perfect. It's the theme song of the day I was walking in, scared shitless because I didn't not even the dorks wanted to hang out with me. It was awesome.
Sorry, Dave, you're not alone. We're all dorks. Let's play this.
I'm like a deep down dork. Like,
yeah, well, I know that. Let's play this. This is Gonzo. Let's Oge, baby. And that was Gonzo. Sorry, I forgot to turn the music on for you, Dave.
That's okay.
Everything's crazy today. Awesome track, man. Awesome track. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you don't sing a lot. Well, I hate it because you have a really awesome singing voice, and I wish there was more singing on your songs.
Well, you know what? That's funny you say that. I sang on so many songs for so long. Like the stuff that's on my YouTube, but like there's still a lot of stuff that's not on YouTube. I would even sing over the rappers' stuff, like choruses for them, which they really liked. I've been writing so many songs for the past like 2 years that I literally can't even if I start doing vocals, I'm just gonna fixate on that for 6 more months. So let's pump out like as many songs as possible, which is way over 50 by now. Finally having my own studio where I'm only doing the studio. I'm not waiting for nobody. So I'm just keeping it going. And then also I like hearing other people sing over it, like forming a band with Ron Wolf and giving him songs, throwing stuff at him and being like, which one you like. And then he picks one and, it's great. So I'm backing off from vocals for a while just to just write song after song, and then I'll eventually probably take a break.
Ali says, I love it. Well, I hate it that you don't see. It's true. He's got a really awesome voice. So there's that. It just is what it is. Now, when we met you, it was COVID. It was the inconvenience,
yeah.
as you said. So we're kind of up to there in the story. And you got all your gear in your room and you're all locked away and you're dealing with some shit. Some would say you're a little bit nervous and a little bit anxious and stuff like that. So then you come across here. You come across the YouTube community. And what makes you become a part of this stuff?
Well, I was watching you like already, because during COVID, I got an iPad because I had to delete my life from 2018 to to 2020. I had to get rid of my phone, all my emails, because even my uncle, who's a detective here, was like, look, just delete everything, just get rid of everything, just all my social media, because I have nothing. So I got like a cheap iPad during COVID, or like maybe a smooch before, and was reminded of how well my friend Mark does songs on GarageBand. So kind of went from there, like looking up GarageBand stuff, found Pete Johns, and then when I found out there was a nicer looking thing like called Aurea Pro, looking up Aurea Pro, I found you. Yeah. And then to be brutally honest, like I've been using YouTube when it first came out, when we had Pro Tools, like if we were stuck, because I use Pro Tools, like I was never I never found YouTube for like the live chat until I was on my iPad in the kitchen one day and was like, wait a second, what the hell is this live chat? And people are talking or like typing in the live chat, and you're like talking back. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, honest to God, I've never seen how YouTube could be live.
Yeah.
And then when I said hi in the chat, everyone was like, oh, hey, who's this? I have an idea. And believe it or not, I remember it was fucking Russ. He went over to my channel, and the last song I had was like that funny dance song. And Russ was like, oh, wow, you should go over and check out his channel. What the hell? Like, that's how that all started. It was like really funny.
Yeah, and then we dragged you over into Clubhouse. And
I actually went out and got an iPhone 12.
I know, yeah.
Set it up that day. Couldn't set it up fast enough, and just to download Clubhouse because it was only working with iOS, just to talk to you guys.
And
like that's.
This may seem, folks, like this is a small thing, but Dave's only touched on it a little bit. I mean, he was going through some shit with some fuckhead, and it made you disappear and get rid of your phone and get rid of everything. And this contributed to you like moving everything and not leaving the house. So this was a really hard thing I think a lot of us have dealt with this kind of stuff, when it feels like everything's caving in and you just shut yourself off from the world. We all kind of do it at certain stages for whatever reason. So this was a really big thing. I remember you just joining Clubhouse, going out and getting a phone to come and join us was like a huge step, I feel, knowing you now, to getting back on the road of among the living, yeah?
Yeah, because I like to talk to people, as you can see. I don't shut up sometimes.
Yes, that's true.
And I can talk your face off till it fucking melts. So, for me to be quiet and hide from people were like, whoa, dude. What? Like, are you all right?
Yeah, and it's been really cool because, seeing you get back into all of this and having all these conversations, I mean, we love it. There's sometimes I I've had conversations with you. I remember on Clubhouse that have probably gone for about 8 hours, even longer. We've
Yeah.
just,
Oh yeah, for sure.
we know everything about each other, almost everything about each other.
Pretty much.
During this time when you went through all this stuff, how did all of this affect you actually writing music? Were you still writing, or did it like affect you in any way?
No, I stopped writing
Right.
completely almost. And then what happened, I think like the second year into COVID, when it was like just okay enough, the studio, there was a studio room open, and my friend, Mark was like, look, man, you need to get out of your house. Like, maybe we need a new studio, like a new place to jam, and take all that stuff out of your house and like come out, man. Like get out of the house. Like, let's get a place. Like, all right. So we got a sick place, made it look like IKEA in like 2 months, set up nice, and started like getting that agoraphobic, drippy, gooey feeling off of me, and like not being scared to death of just people making eye contact with you. Being like, ugh.
Yeah,
really,
it's tough, man, to get out of that stuff. I've been there before, and it's really, even now, like yesterday I left the house and everybody I walked past, I was muttering under my breath, fuck you.
I still do that.
Is that a cope mechanism? I was like coping all day yesterday. I'm walking, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah, or like, wow, fucking awesome. Wow, you're amazing. Fuck you, asshole.
We'll play another song in a minute because we've got 3 more to play. But I want to talk about jamming versus songwriting, right?
Yeah.
Because you jam a lot, and my opinion matters not. What do you think? If you had to give a scale, like out of 100, which is more what you would do? Is it more jamming or songwriting? And which one do you think has a place is for you personally for putting together songs?
I'll jam to write a song, but I improv jam, record it. Sometimes I'll have maybe just a riff, and then when I come to the studio, and then the second I record the riff, and all of a sudden like I do the bass, and then I make more drums and kind of make the song, and then kind of maybe play keys on it, and then oh shit, like so that happens that way. But jamming is a completely different feeling when you're playing with a band. Like when I come here to the studio, I'm just like by myself here, so with the Logic drummer and that. But jamming is just like improv is just a different euphoric feeling when you're jamming something that is into the future. It's like a euphoric feeling that you can't just grab onto. It's just, I don't know, it's the best feeling. And then we inadvertently also jam. I'll record it with like one microphone, and then we'll listen back and then grab pieces of it and just like learn from that.
I think
it's so much fun.
Yeah, well, it's one of the things I miss heaps about I am in a band, but our rehearsals are very different than normal bands. There's no way to jam. Like it was interesting when I had a rehearsal with my band, Dave, a little while ago. Our music is so fucking out there, and it's so the timing changes are so fucked. That there's no time, there's no way to jam. It's just these are the parts.
Yeah, very concise.
And like it's very concise because it's all to video and lights and everything. The whole show's connected to lights. So if somebody fucks up one part, the whole show's out of whack, and everyone's got to try and get back into it. And I miss that so much because that's how you write songs in a band. You're in a rehearsal room, you throw a few riffs together, and then you jam on them for a while. And I really miss that so much. I think it's a really important part of songwriting, and I think even like being by yourself in a home studio, losing that ability to have somebody to jam with sometimes is
like feed off them and just kind of be all like in the moment, like, oh dude, we're playing, this is sick. Like what are we even playing? Like, I don't know. Like, oh shit, what the hell?
Because, you
It's
know,
awesome.
second opinions and jamming with people is really important. You know, sometimes you can fall
Yeah.
into, even like with recording your own stuff, you fall into that bubble of, I know what I'm doing, everything's okay. But having somebody else's input with an engineer
Hmm.
or in a studio is still a good thing, I think. But even though it's not really a thing these days. Let's play a song. Let's play another track. I'm going to play, I'm not playing that one because I'm finishing this one. I'm going to play I'm Alone. What's this?
I like this one.
What's this one about? What's this?
This one's just about feeling super relaxed and just like letting go.
So being off your tits.
And then some.
All right, let's play it. This is I'm Alone by I Have an Idea. Let's ooge a baby. Needs vocals. Hey, I love that ending.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, great. Again, this just shows like how varied your music is. You all right? You okay?
That's a touching moment.
And G-May's joined us. Hello, G-May, and we'll talk. Let's talk about G-May quickly.
May.
I remember the first time you got on a live stream, Dave. That was on,
Yeah.
It was on Camp G-May.
Yeah, it was
Yeah. Where's he gone? What's? Oh no!
it was
It's a.
it was something like this.
Yeah, you wore those things on G-May's show, and it was.
Yeah.
I love how you've just got them like hanging. I'm so thankful you're covering up the nipples. Thank you.
I know. Hey, look, I'm very considerate.
I remember we were sitting around watching G-May, and you were like, "Hey man, I'm gonna go on G-May's show with some tits."
No, funnier. Oh wait, yeah, that time. That time. I remember the first time I went on G-May while we were on Clubhouse.
Oh yeah. There's another time.
And I went on there so fucking fast and super stealth that you guys thought I was still on Clubhouse, and I just appeared on G-May. You guys were fucking dying laughing. You were like, "Why two chicks based on G-May?" It was awesome.
And then the next time you went on, you were dancing around on camera with those tits on you, going, yeah, and we were like, oh my God, what is happening?
Yeah, that was gold. That was gold.
It always happens on G-May. Always. The crazy stuff happens on G-May. So,
Sure.
These songs that we're playing today, these are part of a new project you're working on with Wolfstone Studio. Now, do you have a band?
Yeah.
Do you have a band name for this project?
Jelly Wolf.
Jelly Wolf. And
yeah, both of our last names just.
So basically, you guys are collaborating and putting together songs, and are these songs that we're playing today, are they going to be used for this project?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Ron's probably working on that last one.
Right.
I think I saw that in the chat. That's why they're unlisted. So, yeah, it's awesome.
So what a great combination. Yeah, and you've already
dropped, I love it.
You've dropped a song together already because you guys have been working for a while together.
Yeah. Like the first one, Monterey. I mean, for the first song for our first collaboration song to sound like that is fucking ridiculous. I mean,
yeah.
Wow, just.
So what's the process of you and Wolfstone putting together songs? How does this work? So you banging the music, sending it to him, or how's it working?
It works. It's almost kind of comical. I'll just show him. I'll send him a couple songs, and he'll be all excited and be like, "Oh, that last one or this one." I'll be done the whole entire song, like the whole thing, and then just show him, and then he does this thing over it, gives it back to me, and I just soup it up all up, make it sound nice, and it's really easy. No one's saying anything. We just let us be ourselves. Maybe a couple like, oh, how's this and that, and that's it. Yeah, it's super easy.
It's really good when something naturally comes together like that, because we've kind of watched it happen in the background and seen it come together, and it's just when things like that happen, it's a no-brainer. You just got to let it go and just fucking run with it. Absolutely.
Well, this actually happened from when Ron and Jenny met me, Russ, and Brad here at the studio. Ron, when we were out having dinner, was like, "Hey, I listened to a lot of your songs on YouTube. You do vocals on this, but you have a lot of instrumentals. Like, do you have any other ones that you like working on, like that don't have vocals?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got plenty." So that's how that kind of started.
So yes, for those of you who don't know, while Russ and Brad and a whole bunch of them, Laurie, they all met up, and it was on this show actually, wasn't it? Here we go. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at these guys here all hanging out together. Laurie's mishmash, Brad with a beard, that Russ with a lot more weight on him. Look how fat Russ is there. Jesus. Look at the shape of him. He's not like that. He's skinny as fuck now. And then there's you over there, and poor Laurie. Look at Laurie. She looks scared. Look at her. She's thinking, oh, get me out of here before that guy with the beard hits on me. This. So tell us how this all came about. How you guys all met up, Dave.
Well, that all started with us joking around on Clubhouse because Russ was like, "Yeah, something about taking a flight back and having like a little pit stop in Boston," and then Brad is listening to us talking about like hanging out, and Brad's like, "Well, I want to fucking hang out." So Brad ended up, like, long story short, just like flying here. And then we all met at Logan in Boston with Russ and Brad, and then that felt just from talking on Clubhouse about like meeting. Wouldn't that be funny if we all hung out, which that became a whole ordeal, but a funny one, which is
If you want to go back, folks, and watch that video, I'll try and find a link to it. It's pretty funny. So these guys met up. They they booked a B&B, and when they got there, expecting they would have their own rooms and stuff, when they got there, it was a shared B&B with a whole bunch of strangers walking around, just cooking everywhere, and it was pretty fucked up. Russ says that was the funniest moment he's ever experienced. He hasn't laughed so much. But the show where we had this, where Laurie joined, I think it was called something about Virgos. I think because we're all Virgos all together except Laurie. Here it is. I got the link here. Let me grab the link. I will share.
And that made it more funny because Laurie heard that, that we were all here, and she's like, "Oh, well, I could be there in like an hour and 15 minutes." So I was, yeah.
Oh yeah, Wolfstone Studio turned up too. So Wolfstone turned up as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so the next day on Friday we all met, and they drove down, Jenny and Ron. So yeah, that was awesome. I mean, that was just
Brad nearly got into fights. He never got to go the rub and tug.
He almost got in a fight with the owner of the Airbnb. Yeah, for real. Like, we could hear them. They were screaming at each other, and me and Russ were like, "Oh shit." Okay, so Dave, I'm like, "Look, we need to get the fuck out of here." And Russ is like, real calm, like, "Dave, do you know any hotels that are close by?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." He's like, "Call right now." He was like holding my debit card while I'm on the phone, like super fast, like trying to get a room. Like, it was insane.
All right, let's get serious for a minute. I want to talk about gear, because I'm sure there's people here watching, seeing this wonderful room behind you. Show us some of those guitars, Dave. We want to see them. What's going on? What's going on with the gear? What's all the amps? What is all that stuff behind you?
Well, the two guitars that are lefties even look messed up, like even reversed. Those aren't mine. I'm not lefty. But this is my baby that I've wanted for probably 20 years.
Look at it. Get it all in the shot. Yeah. There we go. Look at that.
No joke. This one.
Was that expensive?
Very. Or expensive enough for me to be like, this is my limit. But this is one of those guitars that when you're at Guitar Center or a guitar store, they're like up high on the third level.
Yeah, right.
Behind the counter.
Don't touch.
You don't even want to ask, like, can I even touch that? Like, it's one of those, like, and wanting this guitar for my whole life is like, I feel complete now. Because I've owned at least, I probably have owned every kind of brand, every kind of guitar, cheap, expensive, and I've always wanted that one. Yeah. And boy, does it feel so good. It feels like when I play, I can play it faster, cleaner, better, more concise. I can look at it's the guitar I've always wanted.
Didn't you have some troubles when you first got that guitar?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, tell us that drama.
Oh. So I order it from, this is the other reason why I hate ordering stuff online. So I order it, and it comes missing the tremolo arm, and there's actually the frets were indented, and there was like finger cheese all up and down the fretboard. And it's a good thing I recorded it while I was opening it, because I'm like, dude, this is not fucking new. Like, it's so I got somebody on the phone. They felt so bad, and they were like, well, we'll give you a new guitar because it's missing the arm. I'm like, what? No. So long story short, they ended up overnight shipping me. I'm like, this is gonna be brand new? You sure? Like, I'm not, I'm very like, I know when I see a guitar that's been used. Plus the neck was a little warped, but yeah. So
it was clearly used. It was very used. Yeah. It wasn't good.
Yeah, I ended up finding out later it was a showpiece in Las Vegas. I'm like, yeah, see,
yeah,
it's not new. If you're gonna spend 2,100, almost pretty much $2,000 on a guitar, you want a new one.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Because that's the most I've ever spent on a guitar. The most I've ever spent prior to that being in a band was an American Fender Strat that was like $1,250. So $2,000 for me is like, this better be fucking brand crisp. I still smell the case. I'm like, it's fresh, clean, brand new. But yeah, that was an ordeal.
But it's all good now. Let's talk about music for life. So, you're a big part of this music for life thing. So the first one came out a couple of years ago, which was in the UK to raise money for kids with cancer. So many people have been involved in these projects. This year we dropped the Canadian one, and behind the scenes, I have an idea, Dave Jelley, and a lot of people don't really know just how much work goes into what you did. So, we're talking a lot of tracks. How many tracks? I can't even remember how many tracks it was.
60 plus.
60 plus. It was like 64 or something like that.
Yeah.
What goes through your mind when you get dumped on all these tracks that have all come from different places with different recording techniques, different levels of recording abilities? How do you approach such a big project like that to try and bring everything up to a level that sounds good? Yeah. Were there any challenging songs during this process? Let us know.
Nothing. It's not a question of challenging, just like to make it easy. I listen to everything first, all 60 plus songs. I'll grab the ones that just don't really need much to the very top, because I put all the songs in one session, and then I'll just leave those there and then just continue to the next one, go back to the old one, next one, plus, looking at the analog and just hearing it anyways, songs that might be a little too thin, need more oomph and, like a little EQs, some songs that sound kind of bright, just, and just kind of painstakingly go through each song, listen, and then go back to the ones that sound good, back to the new one, and then just kind of really in small increments, just work your way through each song, regardless of style, sound, and plus level wise too, like around -10. Just even though it's not going on a CD, I like for it to at least be somewhat level, like, so when people are listening, just hitting preview, it's not like some songs like, whoa,
yeah,
just to, like, levelize them, like just give them a little something,
which is what engineers do. Yeah, because these days we have this system now with streaming music like Apple and Spotify, and they demand 14 LUFS. And, it's for a lot of people, it's let's say it's not loud enough. You can get so much more juice out of a song than 14 LUFS. And they decided this, for those of you who don't know why they decided to do this, it's because the experience of a lot of people use playlists. So if you have a playlist of music from different artists and they're all mixed at the inconsistent levels, then you'll be running along, la, 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 listening to your favorite song, and then the next song comes on and your fucking eardrums will blow out. That's the idea behind it. Does it take a bit of juice out of songs? Absolutely. And regardless, no matter how loud you mix your song and master it, if you upload it to a streaming service, they're going to drop it. It just, and I've seen lots of people, Dave, say, when I uploaded it, it was louder than this. What's going on? And
yes, unfortunate.
What's your take on the perfect master to get a level that works across it? Because we know that streaming services are going to dump this down, but you know, if you're putting it on Bandcamp, you can have it as loud as you want, right? So if people want to buy it on Bandcamp, they're going to get the louder version. But you can turn off normalization in things like Apple Music and Spotify. You can do that if you want. So what's your method to get and what's your take on the mastering wars and what should be the right level?
Well, coming from doing coming from putting songs on CD and having the loudness wars, which I was inadvertently a part of, because when people would leave the studio, you know, they're making music videos with their songs and they're turning it up. So I had to make sure I was like even louder, which now having everything at -14 is kind of like, good. Fucking, I'm sick of that, because trying to get stuff to -1, like 0.1, like cranked on a CD, like I'm used to that still. I have that mindset. So -14, like I would say -8 or -10 feels like loud. Because -14, I can't do -14. I'm like -8 or 10, you know, because that just, but yeah, I'm used to the whole thing. So with the whole Lux thing was like, oh, well, good. Because
they make it hard, don't they? Because like they're not clear. There's the distribution services. They say 14 laughs. But like they're not clear about it. You can upload a song that can be whatever you want. It can be 8 laughs. That's no problem. But they will push it down. They will do that. The thing that a lot of people don't know is if you put a track up on streaming services that's over 14 laughs. If you don't know what laughs are, folks, the higher the laughs, the softer the song. Yeah, the lower the laughs, the louder the song. Right. So it's the opposite way around. But if you upload a song to Apple Music and it's, say, 14.2 laughs, they're not going to do anything to it. It will stay that low. Like not all streaming services lift the volume, but they drop the volume. So there's like about 4 streaming services that will not do it. Amazon won't do it. So if you going below 14 laughs, which is higher, 15 laughs, it will be that. So you've got to be very careful. You know, when I master stuff, I try and 12 and a half, 12, whatever.
Yeah.
It's around the point, you know. So if people put it on, Bandcamp, then it's going to be loud enough. And on the other side.
Yeah, and that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it will be loud enough. So what did you use? What tools did you use to master to get this Music for Life album? Was this all done in Logic? What's your DAW of choice these days?
Logic Pro.
Yep.
And for each song, just simply slapping on an EQ and a compressor. And some songs that were maybe too sibilant, a de-esser, because you don't want to, you want to like retain the high end. So just like a de-esser, I would just go through each song, and simply just put a multimeter on the master channel. So I simply just kept it easy. I didn't want to overcook anything, so there's nothing on the master channel. So I just did each song individually, and just would check to make sure it was like around -10, because I didn't want to squish anything, or, go too nuts. So because everyone relatively did really well and everything sounded like really nice, I just wanted to, keep it even, even Steven,
What would you give a score out of everybody combined for their efforts mixing and mastering?
Oh wow, like a 9 is
nice. All right.
Yeah, it was good.
Well done, everybody.
Yeah, no, seriously, like everybody that was involved, including you, Russ, everybody, Leela, Brad, just everybody, just awesome. Couldn't have.
Thomas Christ asks you, Dave, do you prefer miking the physical amps or rocking mostly with amp sims?
As of late, I'm going back to the miking because it's fun, and acquiring a new, SM57, which I have permanently mic'd with tape. It's hard to see. I haven't made a little square so the mic just don't move. I have a amp sims, believe Vox, just the regular Vox Logic for clean, and the Rhino for distortion.
Yeah.
And that pretty much covers, like, because even when you use Rhino, you can have less gain or clean. So just the Vox clean from the Logic itself, amp sim, just that, and just simply not only just moving the mic around, but it's quadruple tracking guitars, like 4 different takes, or 5, I should say. I like to do 2 guitars on the right, 2 on the left, and then I'll do a thin guitar with reverb in the middle, so the bass, the bass drum and vocals can sit. So I'll do 5 guitar tracks to seriously get that huge sound, which is a little bit of a fun thing, just kind of, just really playing the whole song 5 times with 5 different sounds, maybe different mic placements and stuff like that, just to give it some, variation. But yeah.
Let's play another track. This is No One Chews Gum Anymore. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's urge.
I love that ending. It's like you that screen when you turn off the TV. It's shoo. I like, yeah. I see. It's stuff like that that people would be like, ah. So doing that stuff to people with, you know, in the studio, like getting that, even the very very end of the song, like just you know, they would be like, leaving all happy with the, you know, I burned CDs for everybody. It was like, it became like, just became super fun and out of control. And I just real quick just want to say hi to everybody here. Allie, Jenny, Rainfield Music, Forest of the Wolf, Official Jenny, Brad, Robbie, Coldacre, Russell, Crow, everybody here in the chat.
Russell Crowe.
I know I saw G-May earlier. That was
G-May!
Yeah.
Dude, what happened to the song that was on your page, that new metal song that I used to love? What was that called? I've played it heaps of times. Did you delete it?
No. I think it was
I can't find it.
It's called geez, I don't even know the names of my own songs.
I know. It's not there anymore, dude. I'm looking for it.
No, it is.
Oh, it's human. Like, it's Human Code. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
That one.
Do you remember this song, Dave?
That was for Russ.
Oh man, it's so good.
Russ's favorite part's coming up.
Yeah. Mine too. It's such a beautiful guitar sound, but I couldn't pay attention to it because of the faces you were pulling.
Well, because I have my phone in front of me, I wanted to see how good I can get for the first try. To get my when you could use effects in LumaFusion, I was like, oh, cool. I wanted to see if I could use the phone, mic, see how good I can get the. I think that was the Bleach Shimmer. That's the I'm gonna grab that actually afterwards.
We're pretty much getting to the end of this little schmozzle. It goes quick, doesn't it?
Dude, that's too fast. Like that's like I don't even have blue balls yet. I'm like, I mean, I'm ready to go, baby, for like another 4 hours. This is bullshit. Yeah,
folks, you should have seen the bio Dave sent me for today's show. So just to give you a little background for those who come on the show, I normally ask them to write a little thing about themselves, just something simple. It doesn't have to be complex. I can put it in the chat GPT and make it even sound better. And I was messaging Dave and saying, where's your bio? I'm still waiting. It's been days. And this is what his bio was. Let me read this out. I'm a person who is born into this earth and now appears on a screen in front of you. The best bio ever written right there. So, what's next? What's going on with your band?
Still in the process. We have 4 songs right now.
Yeah.
Just trying to get a couple more, like get them tight, get them right. And then eventually we're going to at least record one song that we all know, like, well. and just to get an idea of how we sound like from that perspective. Yeah, and then we're gonna eventually start playing shows and do all that, which I told myself a long time ago, because I quit my own band when I was 30 to do this, that I would never play in another like band or live ever again. Like, but just you can't say never, because no, you just can't.
Oh, I said the exact same thing. I'm never playing in a band again, and here we both are.
Yeah, see that?
I have gigs
Like,
in October. Fuck, I got gigs in October, November. I got gigs on Valentine's Day next year. I think I have 8 gigs booked at the moment. It's
that's awesome.
It's
I can't wait. I can't wait to see them.
It's so scary.
Like live streamed or recorded or something. I can't even wait, because that's right up my alley, as you know, Mr. Bungle and all that. So
yes, Mr. Bungle. That is the one thing we agree.
I think when I said Mr. Bungle that I told you that I saw them, you were like, oh, like you didn't even know yet. You were like, I love Mr. Bungle too. Like you actually like interviewed Mike Patton. You were like, and then we, Faith No More, and then we just like, that's enough right there for like a couple years. That's why we just been like, because we have similar, taste in that obscure kind of music, which you don't really run into anybody.
And it shows in your music, Dave. Like it shows there's so many varying styles. Whereas instead of you putting it all into one song, it's like a normal songwriter would write and put that style there, put this style here, instead of trying to put it all into one song like stupid me. All right, so I think we're close to getting out of here. I've got the final question I ask everybody. Are you ready for this?
Bring it on, baby.
Who's the hottest man in the world, and why is it Leslie Nielsen?
Because that was I think, was it Naked Gun 33 and the Third?
Yeah.
After watching that and like looking down and watching it and being like,
oh no,
I have to like cover, because my thing's going straight up. So I knew at a young age I was attracted to him, which is super bizarre. We should almost do like a part 2, because that's
nice beaver. Awesome. No, the real question, if somebody was considering becoming creative, Dave, when would be the best time for them to start?
When they wake up tomorrow.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yep.
Now you've given me a song to close the show out, but it only goes for 2 minutes. I want to play it. Can I pick us one of your songs?
Go for it.
Awesome. What we should do, I'll tell you what we should do is let's do a show down the line here talking about mixing and mastering. We'll have you come on and we'll share screens and we'll do that. We'll run through, because obviously this is just an interview. I saw Chili write in the chat about a drum setup. Let's do something like that. We'll do a Q&A and instead of an interview. And so if you guys want to come up with some questions and stuff, we'll do this in a very, maybe next month or something, because we're almost at the end of the month. If you want to come on, we'll do a whole Q&A for people wanting to improve their skills in mixing and mastering and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If you're down with that, we'll do that.
Because I could literally just go like this and tell you where to place stuff.
Yeah.
And actually,
absolutely.
And like physically show you, not just tell you, physically show you why I would even place that there and explain why. Yeah. And give you the EQ and aux track of, I'll give you the whole rundown.
And then we'll have a better, set up the camera and do all that kind of stuff and help better instead of like how we are now. So Dave part 2, I reckon we'll do a thing on mastering and mixing and get Dave to come in here, because the dude's got so much knowledge. I've learned so much from Dave, and not only about music, about myself.
Because I'm here for you, baby. I'm here for you, baby.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you for coming on the show. Now you got to hold on.
And thank you everybody also as well in the chat, everybody here. I can't believe you actually came to come actually see me, because I'm just an awkward little greasy Greek. Oh, just so awkward. It's painful. But thank you.
But we love awkward.
Thank you.
Awkward's the best way to be.
Yeah, but it's so awkward that it's a whole new level of confidence.
Whole new level
of confidence.
Yeah. You tell the Pantera fans, obviously. All right, I'm going to play this one because a lot of the music you've heard today from Dave has been
light and fairy,
light and fluffy, and Leslie Nielsen-ish, and. So we'll close with Human Code, and then I'll make that go into Helpless. So we'll play both of them to go out, so you'll get a touch of both. In fact, I'll do Helpless first, and then that'll go into Human Code. Yeah, so we'll close out with two songs today. All right. Now, folks, links to Dave in the description. Go and sub to him. He's I
have no social media other than YouTube. Sorry.
Yeah, no social media. As you know, we could have gone into this further, but you deleted all your stuff I
just literally have YouTube, and like I don't even have songs on Distro. I don't even have songs anywhere. Spotify, I have nothing anywhere. It's just on YouTube. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's quite normal. There's a lot of people I've interviewed who don't have all social media. All right.
Oh, good.
Let's do it. So, I better tell you what's coming up here on the channel. If you're interested, you should let me know if you're interested. Tomorrow, we're taking a look at Loopy Pro. They've had a new update for 2.0. It's fucking awesome. It's so good, right? There's just no denying it's so good. And then this week, for the creative hour, apparently this is happening. I don't know if it still is or not, where the creative hour, I'm going to put my music into an AI and then see what it does with my music. And then I'm going to take the result and make a song from the result with my own playing. So I don't know if it's even going to happen because I'm not allowed to sing for the next 6 weeks because of an injury I've acquired. So no vocals for me for 6 weeks, which sucks. But anyway, that's another story. So that's happening this week here on the channel. Let's get into this and get this track. So first we're going to play Helpless, and then that will go into our last track. Anything you want to say, Dave, before we go?
I love you all. You're so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on, Jelley. Stay on the line so I can say goodbye to you off air. All right. This is Helpless, followed by the horror song. So you're getting 2 songs, and they're so much fun. Let's do it. All right. Bye. So one
Yeah.
last thing. Get off your phone. One
Yeah.
last thing, Dave. Why is before we play last song? Why is why is last question?
Yeah.
Why is "Like a Kiss from a Rose" the best song ever written?
Because ooh,
Baby. Anyway, let's play this last song.
ooh.
Me and Dave are addicted to the song "A Kiss from a Rose." We just can't help it. Every time we're together, baby. Anyway, let's do it. All right. This is Human Code, Eye of Horus. Just to give a little bit of variety, let's do it. See you later, guys. Boom!